Hello, every dear viewer of my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I uploaded something that involves my voice, so I decided to go over some of the previous updates, which I didn't make videos on earlier. So I just wanted to give my opinion on some of them. I won't bother to read the entire patch notes or anything, so I'm just gonna go off of my minds to keep it a bit shorter and smoother. Basically, the main addition of these updates was more map events, and there were four of them. Freaky mode, which basically inverts the map colors uh, to be well, you can only see it on high detail mode though, so since I play on low detail mode, I really didn't notice it, so that's one thing for sure. The other thing is, whenever a player dies, the screen shakes, and also there's a death message that pops up on the top of the screen, which is, I think, pretty funny because every single death message is unique, and sure, you can see the same one popping up multiple times occasionally, but well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's still a good laugh, in my opinion, so this map event is solely for fun. It's not supposed to be like some sort of challenge or anything. So yeah, the next map event, actually the next two map events are speed up and slow down. Slow down makes the game a little bit easier because you have more room for error. You can time your jumps better. Like you can do everything pretty much in slow mo, which lets you do difficult jumps with more precision. Whereas speed up does the opposite. You have less time to go for precision and you just have to nail it somehow. Again, with speed up event, you may go faster, but that doesn't mean your jump is longer. It basically means that if you jump from too far away, you'll still die like you would normally die. On slow mode, the problem is mainly wall jumps for me. I'm sorry for that. On speed up, the long jumps are my problem because I can't time them well. Also because I'm panicking. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. The final map event is Tilt, which just shifts a map's angle to be slightly tilted. It isn't much of a challenge. I don't think it was supposed to be a challenge. It was just supposed to be like a refreshing point of view in the map when you play it. The reason why it isn't stronger is because it would probably, I don't know, I don't know anything about having motion sickness because I've gotten over it when I was really young, so I don't really know. Anyways, it would cause motion sickness to those who are really sensitive to it, probably, but I don't know. I won't elaborate further on this anyway. Alright, the next changes I want to talk about are daily challenge related ones. For starters, you can now cycle the daily challenges infinitely, which is really good because you can skip the map events you don't want to do, like speed up event, for example, here. Also, when you complete the challenge, it disappears from here, so it doesn't clog your screen anymore. Also, whenever you close or open the daily challenges, the player list disappears or reappears. And another thing about the daily challenges is the rewards. The rewards were changed from 3 gems per challenge, I think. Or was it 2? I don't remember exactly. to 4 gems and 300 XP, and the master ones for 10 gems and 1000 XP, which is really good. Although they're still harder to complete, and you're likely to get the map event challenge for the master one, so you'll be probably skipping that rather than completing it. So basically, you would be farming more standard challenges rather than master ones. It depends on luck, actually. Anyway, moving on. The next feature I want to talk about is the map event summoning thingy. Which I won't go into the map because I'm really lagging right now, so I'll just explain it briefly because, well, anyway. Basically, Crazy Blocks removed randomized map events. The only way to play map events is by using 10 gems to add one to a map. That's pretty much it. It comes with some pros and cons. Like, the good things about this is that you're no longer forced to play map events you don't want. However, you can't do the daily challenges that require map events. So that's kind of a sad down pain. It doesn't pay off much. Plus, with this amount of map events, getting the one you need is even harder than before. Thankfully, Crazy Blocks did make it so that the map events don't reappear back to back to be the same event, because that'd be really frustrating to get. Like, previously, it was a map event, one singular map event could randomly appear 4 times in a row at most. I've never seen it appear 5 times in a row, sadly. But yeah. 4 times is the maximum. It was, at least. Some map events wouldn't even show up for like several hours at some time. At point. I'm sorry, I'm mixing up words. I don't really know what to say. Anyway, moving on. What else was there? Take a look at the patch notes real quick. I don't remember out of my mind, right? The highlights were immediately added with the new highlights. They were permanently added at the same time as the new highlights drop, which is first to happen in this game so far. Freaky Mon event is a bit rarer than the other events. Fog got some changes. Halloween Lobby OST, which is pretty good, in my opinion. Most of you are probably already heard it, so I won't bother to play it. Also, since we're on the topic of the lobby, I want to touch up on this. I really like the Halloween lobby. It looks pretty cool. I personally enjoy looking at it. I also enjoy this button. If you jump long enough, it'll explode you, so be aware. Like that. So yeah, that's the fun part about this. Also the new search bar feature in the shop is also present. It's really useful if I want to search up like an item I really like using, for example, the silver trophy. Instead of having to scroll for ages to find it. Also, the items have now names, so you can tell apart what item is what without really having to manually click on one to check what the name is and then click back off, scroll all the way back down to check again. Basically that. It's a convenient update. Also, there are tags on each of the buttons down here, so you now can understand what is what without having to decipher what symbols mean. I don't know. Even if you were dumb, it would be probably really easy to tell what each of these does. Like this one is camera shape, so it's definitely spectating. Options are a gear icon, that's a given. Goals. It's a trophy icon because it's like stats, personal best times, and such, stuff. And the shop is a shopping bag, so it's easy to tell anyway. Still useful. Also, there is one more small feature. This arrow. Personally, I don't really find it useful, and I'm glad it becomes completely invisible on lowest graphics settings. Because, like, it kind of annoys me. It is slightly visible, but barely. So, yeah. What else? FPS cap was removed, which is an amazing update for most people. Wall hop and slide glide were patched, as well as the physics no longer suck as much, thanks to this cozy witchcraft dude. Thanks to him, the game is way more consistent and way better to play. There are some more changes here, I think, but I can't really go over them all right now anyway. That was about it. So, also, there's one more thing I want to touch upon. It's actually the highlights. I will keep it short and simple. Basically, my experience with each of these maps. I'll start with Cairo Creek. This map is short and fun. It has only 3 buttons. You can mess up. It's not so, simple like Castle Tides. You can't just walk forward and beat the map. It's like, you can get lost. It is a 1.8, so it's pretty good. I like it. It's a decent map. Also, one of the highlights that has the lowest button counts too, so which is epic. Harvest Falls. This map is pretty lengthy, and you have to backtrack a lot for buttons, which is pretty annoying at times. I won't lie. But the map is kind of fun. I didn't play any of these maps on high detail, so I can't really talk about their detail being good or bad. Also, I didn't play with OSTs on, so I don't know what they sound like either, so don't really blame me for it, okay? Boreal Isle. I don't think this is a hard map at all. I think it's insane. I got lost at the very beginning like several times until I finally learned it. As for the rest of the map, it's basically just climb a mountain. Pretty much it. Pretty simple. Which is probably why it's a hard map and not insane. Also, it's rated 3.8, so it's almost an insane. So let it slide. Eerie Spires. Yeah, I got lost in this map like a bunch of times until I finally beat it. In fact, the last map I actually beat out of all of these maps was Boreal Isle, and the one before it was Eerie Spires because, insane maps just appear more often when you play solo and you're good at the game, then you don't die as much. You play for more insane maps. Anyway, moving on. Spectral Highway. This map was really easy to sight read. The pacing isn't really that bad, I would say. It is an easy crazy, so I don't think anyone has that much trouble beating it, as long as you have somebody who gets a button or two. The ending might be a little bit hard because the pacing speeds up a little on it, but apart from that, it's pretty bare bones and easy. And Venomous Feast is the final map. This map is literally the hardest one out of all these. It's a crazy plus, obviously. And the thing about it, most people complain right now that the map causes major lag during the tower segment of the map, which is also the most fun part of the map entirely, which is why I like the map. It's kind of fun, personally. If you play in multiplayer, the only hard part in this map is the tower and the ending, because those are the only two parts of the map where you can't just stand and wait. You have to run for your life. Basically that. The first half of the map in multiplayer is really easy because, like, the first button, for example, you can literally just wait until somebody else presses it. Second button as well. Third button too. Fourth button as well. Fifth button as well. Basically that. Only the final button is, well, kind of on the main path, so you can like skip a few jumps if you skip the button or someone else gets it. But that's about it. Other than that, I really like the map. It's pretty cool. Definitely way better than the version 1 of it, because that one sucked so bad. I spent several hours raging in my mind in the middle of the night trying to beat the version 1, solo it. I don't even know why I spent my time trying to beat it, but I did. So, yeah. I personally really, I like the gameplay in this one way more than the version 1. So, alright, I don't want to keep this video too long, so I'll just cut it off here. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry that I didn't add any gameplay because, well, I'm lagging. You can probably see me waiting for me to add. I use 75 FPS, and as you can see, it's shrunk in half. So, yeah, the recorder really uses a lot of energy. So, anyway, bye bye. See you next time.